Okay, we're now live. Hi,
everybody. Danny after dark. Danny after dark.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. And thank you for joining us tonight for Dani After Dark. And tonight is September 4th. It is Labor Day. So I hope that you've had some time to share, relax, and contribute with your own families and friends. You know, because we're all about self-care. It's all about self-care, guys. Dani After Dark. It's all about self-care. So we're just, we was chilling. I was having my self-care. I was chilling with the fam, chilling with the friends, and said we had to come together for Dani After Dark because we can't leave you out. And we just want to talk about, because Dani After Dark is an inspirational podcast. So here we're talking about inspiring you, informing you, and empowering you. And that's exactly what we're going to get into tonight. So tonight's topic for Labor Day, we're going to talk about dreaming, and we're going to talk about dreaming big. But first, before we proceed, and please understand, we are still at a cookout, okay? So this is just, we going off rip, we going off live, stuff happens. But I do want to introduce my lovely and wonderful panelists that decided to join me for today. So I'm going to start from my left and then go down to my right. So yes, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jason.
Yes, this is Jason.
Hello, I'm Jay all day. Swag. Can you see me? Oh, right,
I think you can. If you need to, we can scoot over.
It's my pleasure to be here. I'm excited.
We're Jay and Sal, by the way.
Jay and Sal.
Jay Sal.
Yes.
Jay
yes,
Sal.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Y'all got numbers.
Right, they got their
Right. I feel like
That's what they call us. Jay Sal.
Jay Sal. Right.
Yes.
And they're matching, and it's color coordinated over here. I just love them for what they do.
Right.
But yeah, so thank you so much for joining us for that tonight for Dani After Dark. So now we're going to get into it. So we're going to talk about dreaming big, and we're going to talk about. I want everybody just to feel comfortable, relaxed, because again, this is no pressure. This is the panel. This is the conversation, and that's what we're going to have tonight. So in dreaming big, I wanted to have this conversation because honestly, I've talked to people about, their dreams. I've talked to them about things that they've done and, talked about their anticipations for the future. And so many times people are discouraged. They feel some type of way. They're like, you know what? I had dreams and I got, upset by this, or this happened, this came through. And they don't feel even comfortable being able to dream or being able to have that space where they can believe in themselves. Like some people don't even want to have goals because they're just so used to being let down and feeling some type of way. So I just wanted to start this conversation off because I think dreams are very powerful for us, right? So we have stuff for our kids, we have stuff for what we envision for our families, etc. But sometimes when it comes to ourselves, we have problems trusting in, having a dream or allowing ourselves to have a space where we can really be confident in where we want to go and what we want to do. So I just want to start off with conversation about what is something, maybe it's even way back in the day. What's something that was your dream back in the day? Like back in the day, I will confess, one of my dreams was I just wanted me, a house, a dog, and I wanted to, in some way, I felt like I was in a caregiver mind frame. I said, I always just wanted to be a physician to help take care of my family because I felt like that was somehow going to come around the way. So I was just like, I just wanted to position myself. For me, that was like one of my dreams. And then, there was others. I want to be an interior designer, or I want to do this or want to do that. But I wanted to know, what was something that you guys have dreamt about or had a dream about or wanted to do? What is something, if anything, was maybe even a kid-like dream for you?
My biggest dream, I wanted to be an architect.
An architect?
In high school,
Uh-huh.
I was so into designing and building and making homes and the whole infrastructure of how before it came to fruition. Like, is that a word? I didn't say it right.
It's all right. It's
fruition.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be behind the scenes, to be the base of, this is this design, this is this design, and I make the design, and then I put it on a platform. I wanted to be an architect.
Successful podcast because I never knew that about that man.
I
know that man for a couple.
And I'm the biggest sports fanatic, guru, big guy, grunt, gym dude, but I love sitting there and being patient with tools and making numbers and precise calculations be an architect. I wanted to be an architect. That was my biggest dream in life. I wanted to go to school to be an architect.
Wow.
And you know what? I'm gonna say something because this beautiful and gorgeous setup that this backdrop that looks like it belongs like with Oprah. He actually helped set this up. Okay, this is actually so I can see how some of that attributes to some of that desire in there. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's interesting to see how your face lights up when you talk about that.
Yeah, I still want to be an architect.
I could tell. I could tell.
I'm old now, but I still want to be an architect.
That's so
I guess
nice.
they say you're never too old,
Right.
but sometimes it's just like it feels like you're too old. But that was my dream. Still is my dream.
I love that. I love that. Okay.
Just to open up.
That's really cool. Super dope. You're right.
That's fire. That's fire.
Who's going next? Me or you,
That's
sir?
okay.
You are.
Of course I am.
Yeah. So we started with the men.
My dream was just to be able to, my father comes from the generation where it was like, yo, you find that good union job and you work there for 25, 30 years, you get your retirement, and then you get your little piece of property, and so that was always like I think he was either gonna be military or I either want to be a cop, like one or two. Those are my dreams. Like as a kid,
Yeah.
I was either want to be a cop, I was going to do 25 years, get the pension, or I was going to do 25 years in the military, get the pension, and then move on to something else. Like I really didn't.
Gotcha.
So that was all I was ever taught. It was like that was the definition of success in my neighborhood. It was like you get that good government job and you okay.
Right. Finding that stability. It sounds
Right.
like. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Which is
Finding stability, raising a family, and doing what you got to do. That's all. It's only my only dream.
And I think we're similar in that case because mine was very similar to that. It was just like, all right, it was just house, dog, stability,
Right.
family, add as needed.
Right.
So yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about.
That was my dream.
Okay, very good.
2.5 kids and the white picket fence, and you done bought a little piece of land somewhere in Plainfield somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Dope. I like that. I love that. All right, and so
I had a bunch of dreams.
mhm.
Some of them came true. Some of them I'm still working on. But I think the dream that I'm really interested in hitting next is I want to be a deaf poet. I want to get up on the stage and perform spoken word.
Wow.
I am not so much right now. I'm a writer, sort of a creative in that way. And in high school, I would rush through all my classwork, and I had this one class, and I would just write poetry through the rest of the class. And I had interest in poetry contests and things through high school and in college. And I haven't really revisited and went back to it, but it was sort of an outlet in a way to get my feelings out and thoughts off my chest, and just a lot of exploration about the person I was, who I was becoming, challenges and things like that. And I really feel like I could open myself up again and just do spoken word, but just not write it. But I would like to get on stage
And perform it.
Yeah, I think
That's awesome, yo. Like,
Yes. We're learning something about our friends. I love this. That is so dope. And again, I think really what the big energy about dreams is that they should have that ignition. They should have that fire. They should have those things that kind of motivate you. Or sometimes, because honestly, I do Dani After Dark because on Mondays specifically, because sometimes for folks that is the hardest day to get through, like that initial hump day, that initial day. They said, and I don't know exactly who did the research, but I remember somebody else, Les Brown, had quoted it. He's like, the hardest or being in this place where you are unhappy, or this anticipation of I don't want to be, I don't want to deal with these people, I'm not living my life. And then so that's really one of the reasons I do this on Mondays, is because it's like it is that helping and encouraging people to find that fire or allowing
Yeah.
yourself to dream again and finding that passion or finding that space within you. It's just like, all right, it's like, okay, well, if they have that, if you're going to be architect, maybe I can architect. Well, maybe, it's creative stability that is right for me. Maybe I can go for that. Maybe if I want to do spoken word, I'm actually talking about doing comedy.
Okay.
Yes, I'm saying I thought about doing a
But
little
you're
bit.
funny though. Like I mean,
I don't know
think they're
about writing
hilarious.
funny. It's a whole process. I don't know about all that. So it's like writing it down. But I love that and hearing
Yeah.
that,
You can be
about
skit
stepping
funny.
back. Skit funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's every avenue of it being comedy doesn't have to be. So everybody thinks about being comedy and being on stage in front
like
of
a
people.
stand up,
Right,
right?
Yeah,
right,
but
right,
it
right,
doesn't
right.
all have to be stand up because so many
Mhm.
funny people that writes skits and you're like, ooh, because you're funny is my funny,
Right.
but it's not everybody else's funny. So I get your sign, like you got that sign for funny, but
Right.
Seinfeld
The giggle
funny?
funny.
yeah, that's right, Larry.
You got that
Oh,
giggle funny.
you ain't get it, and then you look at me, Jay, you get it, right?
Right,
I got it. Yo, you stupid.
Meanwhile,
you
yo, the
stupid.
guy in the back is
Yeah,
cracking
and
up.
and then the other guy's saying, I don't get it.
I don't get that
get it.
shit,
But then it's not for you.
Right.
But it's for some other person
Right.
or some other people. But I can see that because you got a little. You don't let it out with everybody because nowadays we got to be politically correct. We can't offend everybody. Everybody's gonna be up in arms and like,
PC.
oh my
PC.
god.
PC.
So the era we grew up in is like you have to have tough skin
Man, please.
or a tough mustache. But my man, we
I
don't.
think that's
We're gonna talk about that stash one way or the other because the stash is talking about us. And it's like, I don't believe I'm in the podcast. I want a little bit more drink.
Bro, you're getting off point, please. Thank you.
Please,
Can
Mom.
we-
oh gosh. All right. Well, are you guys okay?
Yes.
Yes. It's
Thank you
okay.
for including me with the gym.
Of
I'll come back with a
course.
poem next
Okay.
week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Come
I
on,
hope you
phone
do
in
it. I hope you
5.7
do it.
3 seconds.
Oh gosh.
But anyway, but I agree with you. Not to get off topic because I like the bus jokes. Or
Too
whatever.
late.
But yes, you can do your comedy.
Mhm.
You already got where you want to be.
Right.
But what I do enjoy about what you're saying is it gives everybody a hope on Mondays. Exactly. I wake up Monday after Sunday, a weekend of you're dreaming.
Mhm.
Every weekend, everyone, I could have been doing this on Sunday.
Yeah.
On Sundays, especially Sundays. I believe I'm doing this.
Mhm.
They're prepping their uniform, or they're getting their clothes together for the week, or they're getting their meals together for
or
the
they're
week.
prepping their meetings for the week. Like,
But don't be depressed about it because where you want to be, a lot of people not even there.
Yeah.
So you achieved a lot more dreams for other people, and that's what made me think about where I'm at in life.
right.
Yeah.
My dreams might not be my dreams, but
Yeah.
what I'm doing is someone else's
So
dream.
It's someone else's dream, yo. That's what I'm talking about, yo.
So
That's lightweight.
you have to
That's
be thankful. And in this life and at this age that I'm at, I'm thankful for every opportunity that I get.
Right.
And if you're not thankful for every opportunity that you get, you're discrediting everything that everybody's doing.
right.
Absolutely.
You have
And
to
you
be
discrediting where you was at 10 years ago,
Like,
or
yeah.
20
5
years ago,
Because
when you wanted to be where you was at. Like,
Yes.
I mean, because like,
But
like
even
we-
10 years ago, you might not have been there, but you had the opportunity to get there, but you just didn't go for your dream because you got comfortable.
or life, life
happens.
is a thing, bro.
Life
Like,
happens every day,
Absolutely.
and life alters everyone's dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But at some point in life, and I've heard this multiple times, don't be scared. Do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fear is a factor.
That fear of that green.
Yes. Yes.
It ain't the fear of anything else but the green.
Or what's
Because
sense?
put it like this: if you and me all had $1 million each, would you be fearful of any of your dreams?
No,
No,
Because you know why?
Because you're comfortable. You got
because
the
you
money.
come
You
into
got
it from a position of
Comfortability.
The F you from
Right.
the
So
gamble.
I put it like this. That's why the successful people out there that have long-term money, Kardashians,
Billionaires,
Hiltons,
trillionaires,
whoever, yeah.
long
I'm
money,
just-
old money.
they put all these ideas out there and they flow with them because they're not worried about the everyday life.
Right.
Because they're already comfortable.
Right, because the everyday, so they're moving on to something bigger. Because
Yeah.
everyday
And
life,
they-
they ain't
they're-
worried
they're
about
allowed
when
to
the light
pursue
gets
their
filled.
dream.
Right,
Right.
right. Because the
This
light
is
bills fade.
generational wealth.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's
you have
generational wealth building. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what I think we need to try to do in this day, and what I think most of us are trying to establish is generational wealth.
Absolutely.
What our parents didn't establish for us, because
So how do we generate generational dreaming? I think because that brings us back to where we at with it. Like how do we
how do you dream,
Yeah,
create generational dreaming?
Well, well, let me ask you this real quick. Just when you say generational dreaming, what do you mean? Because your dream maybe does something different than your daughter's dream, separate from like.
but
when you
just
say
I mean, and that's
or you
exactly what I'm
talking
talking about. But to have them not be stuck into like
Like,
what we
I don't have the money.
like. Yeah, I don't got the bread, so I'm not going to think to do this. I don't have the. I mean, like, I can't go to college, so I'm not going to think to do this. I mean, hey, they always say that, like when you like. I mean, I don't know, but we all went to public school. President, but
Okay, I got.
but what is the like? But what gets us where the stop doesn't?
Right.
It's not the stop no
Right.
more.
You know what I would say to me, one of the key areas to support somebody else to dreaming, and this is only from my own experience, but I believe that honestly, a lot of it can be exposure. So it's just like, like you're saying, when you have like, your kids and you want them to have the ability to kind of see beyond or not
Right.
have the fear of being like, no, I can just do this, or I can only work here, or I can only do this.
Right.
Is honestly like
Because that's when it becomes
that
a dream to me.
exposure.
Like,
Yeah. Because it's like, to me, it's like once you're exposed to something or you recognize that this is a possibility, is when you become familiar with it, or you've been kind of like shown it, or you've been kind of around. So yeah, or you've been surrounded. Like, so them being associated with some other folks in different fields, and like, even that's why I think that they have like field trips, it's because the goal is to know that there's more than just this little sphere here, but you've got this location, you've got that location, but also introducing them to other things that are possibilities. Just by introducing them to it or getting them familiar with it kind of opens up your mind. And I only use this as an example because I remember for me, it's just like, even being a military brat, which I was for like 25 years, is just what opened my mind up to something. For my dad, I went to high school, ended up going to high school, and then good to have those exposures and seeing those things that are like, oh, that's dope. Like, it's not just like something, it's a figment of imagination, but it's actually real. You make it real for them to touch it, see it, smell it, whatever. I think that's really key. That opens their worlds
exposure.
up. Yeah, in different ways.
I like that.
So.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same thing. Like if you had got exposed to the architecture world,
right?
I was exposed to architecture well,
Mm-hmm.
but what I didn't believe in is that I had the opportunity to get where I wanted to get, because I didn't have the financial means to get where I wanted to
and that's
get.
what we were
Because
talking about.
what I was growing up on, I'm a DIFUS kid, so I came from the system. So I was doing the bare minimum to get by because I didn't have nobody pushing me.
Yeah.
Like I push my kids because I'm in their life. Like it's more than life. I show them more.
Right.
Nobody was showing me nothing but the ghetto.
Right.
Yeah.
And you went to school. Okay, you gotta be here this month because she's coming to check on you. Make sure you're there, so we can get this check every month.
Right.
They wasn't thinking about anything outside of that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's to this day, I don't think outside the moment. I think about the future, and I try to expose my kids to future, future life, future things that you can go beyond what you see every day.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't want, and not only that, I expose my kids to different genres of
Hmm.
people, music, life, situations, how to handle yourself. And not only that, it's so much in this world that we don't get a chance to see
Yeah.
as black people.
Yeah.
Sure,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Big fact.
Because they don't our administration,
Monetary constriction
Yeah.
they
with your parents, like
Right.
yeah, our
Exactly.
parents don't think about that
Mhm.
because our parents been raised one way.
right.
Our parents no. So if you think of every like 10 years, it's evolved a little bit more and a little bit more. We're trying to teach a little bit more, a little bit more. You
Mhm.
still have those nuances that set you back,
Right. But there's growth.
but there's growth.
Yeah,
And
Generation.
you know you have generational growth.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about generational wealth, but I'm talking about generational growth.
I love that, yo. That's
Yeah.
So
dope, yo.
it's
That's
a
dope.
generational growth mindset that we're trying to instill in our kids, in the kids that we teach. And if you don't have, it's a way to just bring them beyond what you see on a normal day.
So how do we get our kids to dream bigger? That I guess that's the question. of the night,
We
right?
promote,
Vote.
promote,
Promotion.
Right.
promote, promote, promote. If they say something, it's your job as a parent or as an advocate or as somebody that's in the school system. Like, you want to do this? Let me help you. Here's these different avenues you can go to see the in
Yeah.
different positions.
Yeah.
And if
Your
they come,
school social workers.
if they come to you, it's your job. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you want to help them not because you didn't do it, because I think that's a lot of the problem that nobody talks about. I wasn't allowed this. Nobody helped me.
Yeah.
But I think that though.
No.
I think that works
Both
in the positive
no,
because you wasn't if you wasn't allowed to do it, you always gonna let your kids do it.
but
I think
with
Sometimes
with these
with our
kids,
personal stuff.
yeah, with
I
these
know- I
kids
understand what you're
nowadays,
saying.
so sorry.
with everything nowadays, everything is out your hand in their hand.
Right.
They didn't just to think about it. We used to have to go to the library and do research.
The Dewey Decimal System. Don't do it.
We
like
have to
that.
go through archives to look up.
Right.
All they have to do is
Right.
minority.
on the
Type.
phone. They can get anything. They
Oh,
want.
that's what that means.
Easy access to.
So
a lot
now,
of
but
information.
they don't understand that life is not typing on the phone. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
But is it not?
No,
it
it
not
is.
typing on the phone
It is.
anymore? Like,
Because you could type on the phone all you want to, but when they come to that interview and you have to talk in person and you have to show them who you really are, they don't know how to talk to people.
Those are those social skills.
And we don't. But if you don't, and you know how you get those social skills? By experiencing the world.
Actually, no, that's by physically doing it.
Now I know I'm from a kid from East Orange, New Jersey, by the way of Farmville, Virginia,
I knew it was some.
and I'm a country boy, and I moved up here in the middle of
I
like.
thought you was the EO dude throwing shows.
I was born in East Orange. I moved right to the south, but I was raised on a tobacco field. If I was raised there, I wouldn't be here. Because all I would have thought about getting a farm land,
Being a tobacco
and
right.
fence,
Doing those
And that's
things
that,
with our
do the
that
same
takes
thing.
you back to the dream.
and all my dreams, dreams that I wanted to
Right.
accomplish.
To be the best tobacco farmer I could be.
That's it. And I'm gonna die and live
Right.
and die,
And
and that's
I'm
what
gonna
I
raise
did.
a family. I'm gonna get a better tobacco farm than I was raised on.
But unfortunately, when my mom passed, it moved me up here, and it allowed me to see so much more. But my country ways allowed me to stay grounded because it still made me a hard worker. It still made me believe in myself. It still made me go out there like, I can do this, I can do that.
Yeah.
But then at certain points,
wait, Jersey boys will.
No, it's not about that you don't work hard. It,
Jersey boys, we don't work hard.
being a city boy, you're not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know. Some people, some people don't.
But
It's
we
not
No,
my
we
idea.
getting off top.
No, I'm not. No, but I'm just out. You want to get off topic? I'm saying being a city boy, you're not getting up 5 o'clock in the morning on the Taco Bell picking up tobacco.
This is why she doesn't have any guests.
No.
But no, but
This is
you know,
good
but at the
conversation.
end,
This is good
end of the day, back on topic.
Right. Dreams.
Well, I think what we're talking about is barriers to dreams.
Stop. Don't let the barriers and
Stop
help
doing it.
help your kids or help whoever. You could be. It could be an adult. They could say something to you, and if you have that tool to get them where they need to be, help them.
Right.
And I say that to say we are our own barriers
Yes, very much so. I was gonna definitely
because
on that.
we
Yeah.
judge each other like, oh, think he's gonna do better than me. Oh no. You never. I know that, but I'm not gonna tell them. Let them figure it out.
Right.
No, stop. We gotta stop doing that as people
Yeah.
and start helping each other.
Mhm.
Just because they're not helping right now, maybe you help somebody today, somebody's gonna help you tomorrow.
True.
Right.
True.
That's what it's supposed to be. That's the move.
Everything
trickles
everybody
down.
thinks that they're gonna. Oh, I helped them. What's my monetary gain?
Yeah. it's
There is
not
no
about-
monetary
yeah,
gain.
No, it's not
You
about
gotta
that.
stop
That's
thinking
gotta
about monetary
yo.
and start thinking about a positive.
Or,
And that's when you say, how do we get there?
mhm.
We gotta start coming together as a people and not coming apart as a people. Because
Agreed.
everybody wants to be a boss in every area. You're
Right.
not a boss in every area.
Yeah, you can't be, and that's okay. And actually, we talked about that on Danny After Dark. We actually talked about that, not being afraid of being a beginner. But I think that what you're saying is definitely key, and that also it's just that when you're facing a barrier, that it's okay as well. It's just that
Don't give up.
yes, do not give up in chasing after your dreams, because oftentimes we are going to face barriers. We're going to hit plateaus. We're going to hit places where we can't can proceed, whatever. I was telling in the podcast last week, I was just talking about like how I've been doing Danny After Dark and Excel with Danielle in some way, shape, or form since 2016, 2017. So this is like not a new thing. This is just in a new way and shape and form that I'm implementing it. But the goal is never to give up, because you're going to win if you do not give up. If you don't give up, you're going to win. You're
Just
going
don't
to
quit.
reach markers.
And you
Do
know
not
I'm
quit.
you know I am with that stuff.
Exactly.
You know when you're winning?
Exactly.
When you're winning in here.
Exactly.
And when it's not a job, you're winning.
Mhm.
When you're doing it for the love, it's winning.
Or
And
when
you
you're
gotta-
going to proceed your goal. If you know this is a stop that you have to make in the
See,
destination,
that's my
yeah, because sometimes it's not going to feel good.
and that's my biggest thing. It's like what I thought of when you asked us to come on here. It was like, yo, the biggest thing between dreams and goals is the fact that dreams are just dreams.
Mhm.
Goals are dreams that have a plan.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah, plan.
And
Okay.
that's what. So when
Yes,
you
yes,
make that
yes.
transition,
Mhm.
like yeah, everybody, yo, I want to be this, or I want to
Yeah.
do that. I want to, whatever it is your dream is. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Right.
But then now,
How do
so
you
that,
reach that
how do
goal?
you reach? How do you make a goal to reach your
Your
dream?
dream, right? What are the steps?
Right. That's
Start
that's
writing
the
down.
point.
Yes.
Right.
Key.
Right
Start
team.
writing it down.
Right
Write it down.
team.
That's the,
Right
the big
team.
thing. Everybody got dreams. Everybody got dreams.
Everybody, we got
And a support system.
Everybody got dreams.
And a support system.
Everybody want with the Super Bowl.
right. Who was the man's name? I'm
It's
sorry.
John Gruden.
John Gruden had. I'm sorry. I
He
know
said,
there
look,
was a lot of
everybody
issues
got
that
dreams.
put out, but that was
Like-
the best intro to the Hard Knocks, and we listen to that all the time.
Everybody got dreams.
Everybody has dreams,
Man,
but
I ain't-
we're not into dreams anymore.
not
We're in the
dreams,
nightmare.
We're in the nightmare.
Because you're gonna have to take somebody else's dream.
Man, I had to take your dream.
Right. But and what you're saying is very true. You have to write it down, but also make you have to write it down. But sometimes you got to do the research, like you were saying. You've got to see if
gotta
this
put
has
the work
been
in.
in Langston Hughes' term, if this is a dream deferred, that's not what he was talking about. But if this was a dream deferred for whatever reason, what steps is it going to take for you to acquire to do that? and then you take those steps.
And that's the goal.
Exactly. And if that didn't work, all right. That doesn't mean that it's in. That's not mean it's not done for you. The architecture, it doesn't mean it's done. It's like, all right, maybe it comes in an alternate route.
And another dream.
Yes, but
another goal.
Exactly. But you got to be open to that. You have to, because sometimes we get closed, or I've met folks that just get really closed off and not wanting the dream, not wanting to go because it hurts. I mean, it's okay to talk about it. Like, you know, sometimes there are like people that have been crushed.
And that was not to cut you off. Key word that you said, talk about it.
Yeah.
People don't talk.
Don't talk about it.
When you don't talk,
as a people, we don't talk. That's a different.
But you need to start talking to people that have your best interest.
Yes.
Don't talk to people that's negative towards you.
Yes.
You need to talk to people who have your best interest.
Find that safe space.
And sometimes talking is talking to yourself.
Right. Sometimes. Sometimes it's gonna be. You can talk here at Dani After Dark. You
Exactly.
can talk here.
You can talk here.
This is a safe space.
You can be in the comments like that.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Exactly.
Hey, yo, like that subscribe button.
Yes. Yes. Like and subscribe. Absolutely.
Just talk.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
your partner, just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they might understand.
Your best friend, like
a mentor, somebody you trust, somebody that maybe is in the same avenue or field or doing something in the same line of things that you want to do. Yes, you got to.
I'm gonna put it out there today. I'm retired, but I'm big into.
He's retired.
I'm big into fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I go to the sneaker shop all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That sneaker shop. What are you, 17?
Exactly. I go to the sneaker shop all the time.
Still?
I go to the sneaker shop all the time. No.
And
I like what you said because what are you, 17? No.
I'm like, no, them EO
But
cats. You got them EO cats, dude.
You're leading right into what I'm saying.
Right.
Because I'm not 17. I'm 48.
Right.
But I love kicks. I love shoes. I've been loving shoes. I love fashion. I love like design. But fashion and clothes, that's my thing.
Yeah.
And somebody said to me a long time ago.
Can I smoke a cigarette on your podcast?
That is fine. That is fine. We're at a barbecue.
Somebody said to me a long time ago. I met somebody and went out and met some friends. It's like checking out everything. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? I was like, I'm firefighter. It was like, you're in the wrong career. The person I never met from the can of paint, the first day out. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm in the wrong career. Do you understand that you have a niche for fashion? I was like, no, girl, I just like to wear what I like to wear.
Right.
This is not using the wrong career. You just had there was another calling that you could have done. Because you was a hell of a firefighter. Don't do that, bro.
No.
Let him get
The whole time.
Don't do that. Like,
but she said the whole time.
Keep the fire out, though. Don't do that.
The whole time she was saying to me that everything you wore, everybody's trying to take off of you. You don't notice that? I was like, no, I don't notice that. But it made me think about it. This was over 10 years ago.
Right. They brought it into like the forefront for you.
I was like, yeah, I always do this, but she's like, no, you haven't, like, that's the thing where it's not work to you. When you put out, that's work. This is not work. And look at all your friends. I was like, So today, bring it back where I'm coming back, present day. Went to my sneaker store. I go there all the time. He's in there all the time. I was like, what?
Invite to the sneaker store, but that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, what happened? Where's all you guys was working for?
Too. That's cool.
Where's the guys that was working for you? He said, oh, well, one guy went to college, the other guy, they wasn't, I'm getting the young boys, they're not really, they can't work when they want to work. I was like, well, I'm into it, but I don't know the business like you know the business, but I'm willing to work with you.
Really?
If you want somebody that'll be here, I will be here.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
This is not work to me.
Right.
He's like, if you want to work with me.
And you're lightweight, like from the other perspective. A grown man would love to see a grown man at the sneaker spot.
Yeah.
Because I know that me and you gonna wear the same shit.
Right, exactly. So I can come and talk to you.
Yeah, I don't need to talk to no 21-year-old kid on what's hot, because I don't really like that. Like,
I'm not wearing those.
So
I want to know what you think is hot.
But he looked at me, he was like, real, Jay? I was like,
Yeah.
For real. Yo, he was like, you have the time. You retired now. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
I have the time. I want to get paid, but
Right,
I still have the
exactly.
time. But
Lightweight
not-
flex by Jay.
this is not
I'm
work for
retired
me.
now.
Right.
This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
I love this. Like I would be excited to come here every day
Right.
and deal with this.
Sneakers all day.
Sneakers all day.
Wow. Wow.
Sneakers and clothes all day. I
That's
could
dope.
deal
Nothing
with
wrong
it.
with that.
That's dope. That's
I could
dope.
deal like this is
So
not,
is that I mean, is that like a? I mean, it ain't a dream,
or
but
passion
nah,
or
it's
It's
a
a
passion.
passion.
It's a passion.
Yo.
I go, it's a
it's a
passion.
passion.
It's a
Oh,
passion.
it's a
Yeah, it's a
passion.
passion. Yeah.
I could dress people.
Right.
Like I see people out and I'm like, nah, yeah, we shouldn't have put that with that.
But that's, I mean, I feel like
But
that's
it's
a
a-
dream.
it's a-
That's a dream with a plan,
It
though.
is- it's a passion.
And I think one key thing about it is like opening yourself up. I really believe that sometimes we have to open ourselves up because sometimes we can be closed to thoughts and closed to ideas.
Oh, absolutely.
You know how many times it took me to go in that store and say that to him?
Wow.
I've been in that store for over 6 months,
Yeah.
and I never said it.
Right.
No, and
Today-
it's like, I mean,
Today, just
This
something
is today.
came over me today and
Wow.
said, Jay,
Why don't you just go on and say something?
because
say don't
My
thank
age.
for life.
my age for one,
Yeah, my man's is tight.
Yeah.
On base at night.
yeah,
I'm sorry, yo. My bad. Yo.
yeah.
Yo, we done ruined you. We done
No,
ruined you.
not even now. Not
It's
even
just
now.
lousy,
Not even
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's what
That's
what stopped me. Like,
Right.
and that's what stops other people. Is like
Yes.
pride.
Yes.
Like, yo,
The
I'm not gonna.
pride, the fear.
I'm
Or
not-
fear,
or
it's
just
fear,
not
it was
even being
fear for
or the
me, yo.
rejection.
Yes.
And even though I gotta reject it a little bit, but I didn't get rejected all the way.
Mhm.
But you know what? I put it out there.
Right.
And when I left,
How relieved did you feel? Like how
Oh.
good?
I said
Yeah. Absolutely.
because I've been wanting to work in this store. Like,
You just want to do this.
I've been wanting to do
Right.
this, and I've been looking for an
He a
opportunity.
grown ass man, and he want to
Right.
go work in the sneaker store.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
this
do
is
some, like,
That
yeah.
is dope.
I want to sell kicks.
Yeah.
kicks.
Exactly.
Yes, I want to sell kicks,
Right.
and I don't
That's
care
fire.
what nobody thinks about it. They're like,
That's fire.
I love kicks.
Right.
You look in my
Nothing
basement,
wrong with that, bro.
I got thousands of kicks, and I
Right.
like kicks. And this is what I like: shoes. I like putting together outfits. I like
Right.
dressing.
Yeah.
This is what I
You're a
like.
much- you're
I
a much
dress.
better
I dress
dresser than
up. I will dress her like.
Right.
Nah, baby, I don't like that way. Put this with this and do this
Wow.
with this. Okay, yeah. Now put a little bit of this on there.
I'm
Right.
completely
Boom.
opposite.
Got it.
And
Completely opposite.
she'll call me a queer eye for the straight guy in a heartbeat.
But that's okay though. That's okay though.
And I was like,
because
yo,
that's your lane.
But I love this.
Right.
That doesn't make me.
But I bet you won't say
No.
that to his face, though.
No, she said that to me.
No, I'm talking about another cat. He won't say
No,
it.
I don't. Yo,
Oh
I don't care what other people think. You know,
God. Again, because we're talking about overcoming those fears.
yeah,
Right.
when-
We're talking
and
about
I-
overcoming the fears.
I'm at this point in my life where I stop caring what people. You don't care what people think when you know who you are.
100%.
That is exactly it. The confidence of walking in who you are. That is so key. And being comfortable in that, right? Because I don't know about anybody else, but as I've just turned 40 last winter.
Did you go? How you do
I
that?
do.
Yeah.
You know, my girlfriend calls it tasting yourself. As I come to myself being
Oh.
40, there
Oh.
is something pause.
Jeez,
That's
Lord.
nuts.
He said that's nuts. He said that's a crazy.
Shout out to it.
I'm
It is
gonna
what
get
it
some of
is.
this.
Shout out to it.
Can I
It is
get
what
some
it
of
is.
this?
Please feel free.
the-
Feel free.
Please
the
do what
This
you
is
do.
the
Tiki
backyard,
juice.
the backyard Labor Day.
Yo, yes.
Yo,
Danny
this is
after
the Labor
dark
Day
session.
jam
Okay.
after dark, yo.
This is
Like
what it
really,
is.
like
But to be
y'all in our backyard. Well, not our
Absolutely.
backyard, but
But-
like,
Yeah, it's our backyard.
right.
Shoot.
But
So, jungle juice I made. Go ahead.
oh, it was delicious. It is delicious though. But I think that
Mm.
is honestly key
Oh my god.
in that it
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that is key. That is
Right.
key in the confidence is key in walking in who you are and actually that ownership. Because I was saying, being 40 now, there is a sense of
40?
but there's
You
a
look
sense
for
of
40.
myself.
look
There's
up.
a sense of confidence. There's a sense of ownership. There's a sense
of
of
knowing what
of
you're
just
doing, yo.
knowing what
Know
I'm
who
doing.
you are,
and the things that I don't know, that's okay because I know that I don't know it all.
because you're 40.
And I'm more comfortable in that than I have been in years past. Okay. So we talked about dreaming big. We talked about some of our dreams. We talked about barriers to our dreams. We
Right.
talked about and some of those things to overcome and some great accomplishments. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you and the steps that we're taking because we're all taking steps. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. It's all taking steps. So, but I do want to ask, what is a new dream of yours? What is a dream that you have for yourself now? I don't know because you might be like, all right, I've accomplished this already. Because now you do.
Yo, what's your next
steps.
dream, Jay?
Right, but what's the dream that you have?
I'm
What's your
gonna
next
be, I'm gonna
move?
be totally,
For yourself?
openly, open and honest.
Right.
And the next dream is it's not really big to anybody else.
That's okay. That's
It's big to
you.
me.
Yeah.
Financial stability.
Oh, no, it's big to everybody else.
I'm gonna say that's me too.
That's big to a lot of everybody else.
And it's the point where I make the money. I gotta stop spending the money.
Right.
So
right.
my point is,
hey guys,
that's why
I
you
want-
coming to the podcast?
Yo,
You
sit
wanna
down
take
the
a seat?
podcast, yo.
Please have a seat.
podcast.
We are sitting here with
Yeah.
people.
Right.
Yo,
word.
one of my biggest dreams. Well, it's not even a dream right now.
Yeah, upstairs. Yo.
Yeah, you gotta get some more cups in the house.
Shit.
Inside the house. I got you. My biggest dream right now, not even a dream. It's not even a goal. It's I have to do it.
Right.
It's something that I
right
write.
here on Dani After Dark.
I put every day.
Tell the people.
I'm not making it a goal. I'm not making it a dream. I'm making it a chore.
Okay.
Because the chores you do every day.
Every day.
And my chore to me every day is stop wasting money.
Okay, I got you.
I waste
I
money.
ain't got to that point yet, but I
waste
you,
money.
right?
I waste money on so many things where I don't need to.
Right.
Okay.
Less eating out.
No.
Less drinking out. Less spending money on friends that drink.
Don't look at me like that.
Sorry.
And just start putting money away.
Right.
Where
it could be a better used avenue.
The use of that money that I want to do at this point in my life, the money that I spent on an average weekend to go out, that I've noticed that I sat and did a calculation one day.
Right.
I went on 4 trips.
Oh, well, there you go. There we have it. But all right, so let's take it back to then the things we talked about, right? So we talked about with our dreams. We said, what do we have to do first? We talked about writing it down.
You got to write it down.
So we have to write down those dreams.
You got to solidify your dreams.
I'm just saying.
No, you can single me out because I'm like, and when you are in this point in your life, I'm not aggressive to somebody else's opinion because I put that subject out there so you can have an opinion on.
Right. Absolutely.
So you have to be open to other people's opinions.
Right.
And I know that one goal.
It's real shit right now.
Instead of going out, like today, I wanted to go out and have cigars. Why? I got drinks here. I got cigars
here. Let's have it right here.
Right.
I could go. I invite friends over.
Right.
You want to invite?
I want to watch football.
You want to invite the new?
I got TV right there. I can watch football here.
Exactly. So first, let me just do a little intro. So, Tess, we are live on YouTube right now with Dani After Dark.
What's up?
Yes. I just wanted to introduce our fourth member. It's interesting because we are here live Labor Day, and tonight we're just talking about dreaming big. So I just wanted to interject.
Dreaming
big.
Okay.
We talked about some of the dreams. We're talking about what we're dreaming about now.
What is it?
It's dark. Whatever it is, that's dark, and it's soda.
Something dark.
That bottle, the big one right there.
Oh, the bullet. You did bullet.
That was the only one that was open. I didn't want to open.
Wait. What you do? I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
what you did.
Why are they working these shit out?
Right. So we talked about dreaming big.
Because I wasn't
We
mixing.
talked about
So
some of the challenges we had. So first thing we talked about was writing it down.
Right.
And then writing it down. But we've also talked about what to do about once you've identified what your dream is, what your goal is. We talked about.
We live.
Yeah, we live, yo.
We
live.
I see it.
You did this real right, bro.
I want to see if I can see it.
Definitely put his arm on me. Put his arm on. Come on. Yo, see, y'all gonna invite us back, bro.
Come on, yo. This is my man, Kaz.
Yeah.
talking about putting my.
No, he ain't doing that. All right, man,
I'm
yo.
trying to get the flies out.
So anyway, wait.
Let's get on
We
So
back
topic.
on. We back on dreaming big.
Yeah, let's get
What
on
we talking
topic.
about with the goals. So we're talking about dreaming. So Jay has just shared like some of his goals.
Right.
So I'd say like just like we just talked about, like the first thing is definitely we talked about once you identified like where you want to go, then it's key to then do kind of like the steps. So you identified it, like you said, one of the first things to do is like write it down.
Yep.
And I'd say even
Right.
with what you identified, it's like, if you want to make a weekly goal or if you want to make a monthly goal, whatever makes sense. Maybe in weekly it might be easier, but whatever it is that you want to focus on, you're like, all right, so saving is important. All right, how much is it that you want to save? Or what adjustments, like you said, you know that you like there's things that you do. What adjustments can you make to make this goal
But
feasible?
I feel like the new
Participant, yes,
no, he
yes.
he's been through it, like where he done
Okay,
had
yeah,
he's had to go through, like he
The way-
turned his
the way-
his dreams into goals.
The
Like that.
way I handle mine, I always was taught, you know what I'm saying, at an early age, as far as your short-term and long-term goals.
Mhm.
So your 2 to 5 and your 5 to 10.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Your 2 to 5 year, your short-term goal, which you can establish, and then your 5 to 10.
Yeah.
And then in between that, you gotta keep it real with yourself too. You can't
Yes.
set goals that you can't
Aren't-
set.
you
the
aren't
can't
bar.
realistic,
attain.
Yeah, you
aren't
can't set
realistic.
the bar too high. But you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Always had a model that was told to me. It was dreams without no.
Here we
I
go.
just said it. Somebody said it already.
No,
No. Go
say
ahead.
it
What you
again.
say? No, because he might have. It's
No,
like,
goals without deadlines is just dreams.
It's
Mhm.
free.
So if you set a goal for whatever it is you're doing in your life, whatever, and you don't set a deadline date where you want to have certain things accomplished by that point in time,
right,
then you just set a dream, and it's going to keep going and going and going.
right.
So you have to set deadlines
Yeah.
for things that you want to accomplish in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish to do, and you gotta
Absolutely.
and you create your own destiny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, I mean, for those who are religious, and I mean, I don't want to be biased, whatever like that. I mean, but we put God first and everything, whatever like that.
Mhm.
But you control your destiny.
Right.
So you have to put, you have to go do what you got to do
Yeah.
to, start accomplishing short and long term goals.
Absolutely.
But you got to have a 2 to 5 year, you got to have a 5 to
5
10,
to 10.
Mhm.
and then you have to write down.
And everything after the 10 is a dream. To me, like
It's a.
that's your dream
it's a
until you
dream.
bring it into a goal. Like you know what I mean?
Right,
yeah.
Like,
right.
until you
Right.
bring it to your
Right.
goal.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. So it's just
Like right now, my goal is to because it's past. It's beyond saying like I wanna own I want to retire to the Caribbean and own a bar.
Mhm.
But that's a goal. I mean, that's a dream.
Right.
I haven't fruition it into, but it's a goal now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but it's still just a dream. Like you say, a dream without a plan is I mean, it's a goal without a plan is just a dream.
Yeah.
It's just a dream.
Always.
Mhm.
So I can't call it a goal because it's just a dream. I don't have no plan right now.
Mhm.
I'll be right back. I forgot something.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's it. Like that's all we got to dream. Like, I wanna own a bar in the Caribbean, and
Absolutely.
like after we retire, and like all of us can just come down there and chill. That's my dream right now.
And what you're talking about with your goal, I'm on the same path right now because I'm like, all right, like we are not like same as like saving more, putting more away. So part of mine is like, all right, so what do we need to cut down on? DoorDash.
Yeah.
DoorDash.
Stop buying.
Right.
Sneakers.
We're not gonna no, we're gonna more streamline. We're streamlining the process. All right, cutting out those things that don't make sense. Cutting those things out of the budget we don't need that aren't necessary. School loans about to pick up. School loans about to pick up. So it's like, it's like, all right, so like working on a part-time, doing this, doing that. So making those adjustments or identifying for me, it's like, all right, I had to identify what are those things that did not make sense that need to be cut out. Right. And then like you put it out for me, that was also like writing it down. It's like, what did I need? I'm like, all right, I need this. So this, all right, looking at this part-time here. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I was like, I don't really feel like clocking in. So I'm like, you know what? September is the time for remote work. September is the time for remote work. Okay. I'm talking about not even clocking in. I'm talking about data entry. Okay. Do a little couple hours here, a couple hours there, boom, couple of hours in there. So just for me, it's been supplemental, but also cutting out those things that don't make sense or limiting some of those things. And then also putting some of those funds into some things like just vacations.
Oh.
Just putting some of those more important, those funds in like, all right, saving vacations as well. because it's like taking more trips. So it's like looking at how to, space that out and fund that out. But I
Right,
like
because
that.
I love y'all cats for that shit, yo. Like the fact, but yo, y'all travel, yo. Like
That's right.
right, and it's like I want to travel, but I be
Right,
like,
more often,
But
like,
you
right.
gotta just do it.
everything's not paid. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
but see,
going.
you know
Like
what it is. You know what it comes when people who don't travel that say that you spend more money
on
On
some
out
bullshit.
here in
DoorDash.
these little bars and stuff like
On
that. Can we
DoorDash.
curse on
Exactly what
here?
I just said.
No, we can curse on here.
Because I don't want to slip up. But you spend more money on these little bars and you going out on a Friday or Saturday night and a weekend that you could spend that on a cruise or a trip. It's the same,
Right.
you know what I mean, real rap, you know what I mean, and then experience a whole different life, whole different world. You know what I mean, the world is though the world. Like I always say, the world is yours. You know what I mean, the world is huge, and
Right
it's so much to see, to experience. But if you keep yourself local, you know what I'm saying, and stagnated in one place, you're only gonna be able to get but so far.
Right.
Because you never know who you may meet somewhere else that be somebody that take you to a whole nother level. Especially when you got goals and dreams. Like you said, you want to open up a bar eventually like that. You could travel somewhere, meet somebody, and a connection could come between you and that person, and you own a bar on that island where you want to go to.
Right.
Right.
Ain't anybody to say.
And that's a tourist spot, so it's gonna keep money coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at it, look at the bigger
And
picture.
planning ahead. And
Yeah,
planning
planning
ahead
ahead.
is key. And planning ahead is key. It's key for
So dream big.
financial. Yeah,
What
dream
we
big.
talking about?
Dream big. But we was just talking about like how to do that. I was talking to you, but talking to me also. So this is always the case. I'm talking to somebody else talking to me. But we're talking about dreams. We talked about dreaming. So we talked about what our initial dreams were, maybe those childhood dreams. We talked about barriers to our dreams or some of those setbacks we've seen, being crushed and stuff like that. And then we talked about how to we were talking about how to adjust or what are our current dreams now. And I think for me personally, that has just been like current dream now for me is similar in that aspect. It's just continuing to work on financial freedom. Absolutely not retired, but financial freedom is a goal. Absolutely, that's a dream, and working towards that, and then building that foundation. It's like, all right, like I said, cutting out those things. So that's why I said I'm talking to you, but I'm just talking about what I've been doing.
No.
So making those cuts, making those adjustments, doing what I have to do, little side hustle here and there, what you got to do to pay off this, pay off that, just working on those things consistently is definitely key to and then also, like I said, also making sure that you're just not cutting out, because at Danny After Dark I always talk about you need your at least minimum vacations 2 a year. At minimum.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
separate.
tried 3.
Yeah, exactly. Because you gotta take a break from that. Yeah, because you have to take a break from that grind. You have to get yourself.
But people don't understand a weekend vacay is a vacay.
Absolutely.
When anytime you're going outside of your home, you're packing a bag.
Yeah.
And just going with, like, I know people. This is my Caucasian friends that I've learned from. They will pack up on Saturday during the day, go to a hotel, and just get room service and relax.
And just chill back.
Yeah.
Put their robes on, walk around, go to the pool. That's like, what? That sounds vacation. Yes, it is a vacation.
Yeah, it is a vacation.
It is.
You don't understand. This is a vacation.
Right.
I'm getting a mental vacation. I'm getting a solitary vacation where I'm just getting back into myself to rejuvenate for the week.
Right.
You mean that for your mental health?
Yes.
You need that. Yeah.
And not only that, and I'm piggybacking on everything you said about, like, my biggest thing, right, that I wrote down, and I write down everywhere, discipline.
That's great.
Discipline.
And what does discipline look like to you?
Discipline. I've said something in my head. Get the discipline to do it. I'll be in the stores and I'll walk out.
Right. Have you ever put it in the cart and then left the cart, left everything?
No.
I've definitely done that. Sometimes
No.
You just gotta get it. Like, no, you don't do that.
Because
I don't go shopping unless I'm buying something.
No. I need the discipline.
I don't
Even going by
I'm on that.
going by Starbucks.
Right.
Discipline.
All right, I mean, it ain't
Even
Starbucks to me. It's definitely the liquor store.
Even going out to eat.
I don't need that shit.
Like I'll be driving. I'm like, I'm hungry.
Right.
Yeah.
I could get this right now. No, I got food.
I got
I
food
got
at
food
home.
at the crib.
Got whole-
Discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've achieved my goals for that day.
Yeah.
Because
food
I
at
didn't-
home
I didn't-
outside.
I didn't
And
go
I ain't
overboard.
that guy. Yeah.
They're doing what I
With
needed
you're
to
playing
do.
with.
That food
Right.
at home.
And
Kudos.
it's
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's not a
I
long
always
term,
got food
and
at home.
it's-
I'd be like,
it's like an
man, I
addict.
ain't trying to cook shit.
You gotta go day by
Absolutely.
hour by hour.
Absolutely.
And when you're trying to accomplish something,
Yeah.
you have to use that
time. Yeah.
10-step program.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Is that a
Absolutely.
fan of one of those
Absolutely.
weather things?
Nah, it's
No, it's not a real,
nah,
it's
it's
just
just
for
a
bugs. It's
Oh,
just
it's
for
just
the
to
keep
bugs.
the
bugs
It's
away.
just for the
Okay.
bugs.
That's why I'm going away.
But we are definitely. Is
It's
that
supposed to
it is
You just go to the wayside.
right.
But then you get, I don't know about everybody else. I do the most thinking in my car.
Absolutely.
I do the
a
most
lot
thinking
of
at night.
I do the most
I
thinking
do
at
a lot
night.
of thinking.
Yeah, I'm at night. Yo.
At
Like,
night.
Yeah.
So when I'm
driving.
in my car by myself, I think.
Yeah.
I think at night, but I think I do
Yeah,
the
I
most
think at
thinking
night.
when I'm driving
Mhm.
because I see so much, and
Same.
I'm looking at all like that
Now,
could be me.
if I'm
I
in the
could be
car
doing that.
driving, yeah, I can vibe
Yeah,
like
like
that.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
it's kind of be
I-
like
yeah,
a
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm looking at
have to
That's your time by
advertisements.
yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
that's your time by
advertisements.
yourself.
I'll be like, the advertisement could be me right there. I could be doing that. Why am I doing that, Javon?
But you know what another thing is too? I mean, just my personal thing. A lot to do with the dreams and the goals and everything like that is location. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times,
Thank
certain
you, Cassie.
locations ain't the place for you to make the moves you want to make.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a lot of other places is where, like I would say that you said Atlanta. Atlanta is one. It's a lot of growth there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, and I would say hands down, the South support each other and support. You know what I mean? And
We were
us
just talking
support
about
each
that
other.
support. Yep.
It seemed like up here, North Jersey, New York, Philly, Delaware, all that, it's like it's so competitive up here, and we so trying to be better than each other.
Individualized.
The support is not there in a certain range, but in different places outside of this east
Era?
This is
tri-state
areas.
areas.
Mhm.
Yo, they be eating and they because they support each other. Back in the days when Joker started off with mixtapes, they was buying those, man, emancipating them. They was selling mixtapes out the trunk, but they was supporting and buying those mixtapes.
Yeah.
We
And
ain't
that's
never
the
do that, yo.
Nah, we gonna bootleg this shit.
Right, we gonna
You
bootleg
know what I
it,
mean,
like,
like nah. It's support.
We
So a
don't
lot of
wanna
times it's
where we
location.
at?
Yeah.
Location is a very big factor of any kind of business you're trying to grow.
Absolutely.
And it can still
And your
be
support
great
system.
here too, but it's just about the location. Location is everything.
I like that. I like that. That's so true. That's so true. It is, and like you're talking about the location and the support. And if you find that that you're not in the area to make your stuff succeed or to make this dream
You
or
gotta
this
move.
goal
Are you
succeed,
ready to go?
and you can't be afraid to take
You
that
can't-
step.
Oh yeah, you can't
for
be scared
yourself.
to take chances.
Right.
No, yo, listen. Have you ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yes.
All right, so you read that book. I read that book years ago. If you scared to take chances, you will never be financially free.
You gotta have that willingness
And that's
to
You have
yo,
to
step
be
out.
willing
that's
to
yo, that's
take
a
a
different
chance.
podcast, but
And
I
that's
want
what
to talk to you
separates
about
the
that. Yo,
difference-
good.
that's-
Like,
that's
I
what
want to talk to that man.
that's
I'm
what
gonna talk to that
separates
man
the
about that tomorrow.
That's what separates the difference between this side of the fence
Yeah.
and that side of the fence.
Right.
Yeah, your willingness to take out, and we talked about that earlier, and the willingness to step out there and to take chances, or the willingness to even like accept sometimes that direction that your dream might take you. Just willing to walk through that door and be like, all right, let me try it. Let me go. Let me explore, because this life it's only one go round. This life is only
We
one.
only got
it's only
one go round.
It's only one go round,
And
and it's
closed mouths
merry-go-round.
don't get fed. So if you're not a social person, hopefully you got a partner that's a social person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you do have a partner, you know what I'm saying, your weakness is my strength. My weakness is your strength. You know what I mean? And y'all build together. But you have to
But
be,
you still have to have the same dream.
right. Well, it could be two different goals or two different dreams to accomplish, You just have to have the same final destination.
Right.
Destination that would be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But being social and being able to communicate and being outgoing and being a people person and speak to people and stuff like that.
Right.
Because everybody not your enemy. It's a lot of people that's willing to like.
Seriously. Okay. Thank you for that, Cassie. Thank you. Well, you know what? It has been an hour.
It's been an
So
hour.
we're going to
back.
surmise this, but I always like to surmise this always on a self-care clouse out. So since we do have a panel, wonderful panel here tonight, I do want to ask each of you, what is your personal go-to, if you share, feel comfortable sharing, but what's your personal go-to for your self-care? I talk about self-care, and I always like to talk about self-care for a closeout. I know we talked about vacations, but sometimes the vacation is not every day. You're supposed to be doing self-care every day, like once a day. Something that you do for yourself, something that helps you relate, relax, release, something that supports you making it from one day to the next. What is your personal thing that you do for self-care?
Tell you.
He pointed over here. I was gonna let anybody go. What's your self-care?
Personal self-care is it's the morning for me. It's the coming outside, waking up before my partner, and going on my patio, having a cup of coffee, and watching the sunrise at 5:45 in the morning, and then thinking about what I gotta do for that day. That's self-care for me.
Gotcha.
Or and at work wise, that's personal. Work wise, self-care is talking to my guys, like about if it's some shit that we done dealt with that wasn't the dopest. I talk to them and we figure it out. However we figure it out.
Right.
How we figure it out
is
how we figure it out. But that's my self-care.
Yeah, it's like a debrief.
We do a debrief or whatever. Like, that's my self-care.
In the morning, nice and quiet.
It's 5:40 out here. The crickets and the sun coming up and the fog and shit. Like, I'll make me a cup of coffee. My partner's still asleep, and I have a cup of coffee and smoke a cigarette, and I mind my fucking business. That's my self-care. Get up.
Nothing wrong with that.
5:45, 6 in the morning. Like, that's
early,
what I do. Every morning. Like,
okay. All right. That's good. That's good though. My personal self-care is like I have not because I've been on summer break, so I haven't been as consistent. My personal self-care is always
it's a real cookout.
It's real cookout.
You thought we was fucking with you.
Like, there's bugs crawling over the top of the thing. Like, we outside. No, my self-care is honestly
it's Labor Day.
That early morning, but like early morning, like meditation. I need like quiet. I need zen. Not even that quiet. Even if it's like some kind of meditation music, some monks chatting, some rain in the background, something soft, because I need that quiet and I need that peace to start off the day. And because I've seen the normal chaos when I don't, and I just keep going and nothing peaceful first. Versus I'm gonna start like maybe I have prayer, I might read my Bible, I might just have some meditation, I have some quiet time, and then I go into my day. That always supports me, like morning. And then in the afternoon, I'm trying to implement more like just reflection, what went well during the day, what didn't go well in the day, how things went, what can I do to be better, journal a little bit. Those are like my go-tos for self-care. And then music always helps me, self-care period. Yeah. That's my go-to. How about you, though? Self-care.
My personal self-care is when I get up, I smell the air. I get up on the side of the bed, first I stretch, smell the air, get a towel, I feel cold water on my face. I'm in the mirror, I talk to myself for about 3 minutes, just talking to myself. Not out loud, it's mentally.
Yeah.
Every day, mentally, I talk to myself. Make this day better than the next day. And I'll end that at the end of the day. I have another, just reevaluating everything that went on. reevaluating my attitude, reevaluating my responses to different circumstances, how I could have been better, or how I handled certain situations.
Right.
But it's more so just being in tune with myself and trying to get more in tune with myself at this age. Personally, being in tune with one,
Yeah.
where it's not about anybody else. When I close my eyes sometimes. When I'm laying in the bed, my eyes are closed. What do you think about? Nothing. Just taking it in, taking in life.
Right.
I'm praying. God, I pray every night. I wake up in the morning, reevaluate this music. Again, I'm doing it over and over again. And one of my biggest goals that helps me get through my stressful situations is the gym. The gym is my sanctuary. It allows me to get my frustrations out. It allows me to be humble.
That's three, guys. These three.
It allows me to sweat. That's my personal.
I hear that. That's what's up. How about you, Kay?
And I hit on that note. Mine's is 3 P's. 3 letter P's. Prayer, planning, and physical fitness. So
they had time to do their
no, this is what I do.
No, this is real rap, though.
I pray in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I think in the morning. My mind's fresh. I'm always thinking futuristic. I'm always planning ahead. You know what I mean? Always planning ahead. I plan ahead on everything. You know what I mean? In the gym, I work out. We do this. You know what I mean? And the gym is the same reason. The gym is my sanctuary. You know what I mean? I go there. I can just breathe. I get it in real hard. I release a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot when I'm in the gym too. You know what I'm saying? That's my sanctuary. That's every day. You know what I mean? Like maybe 6 days a week over the last 7 years consistently. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So those is mine. But at night, it's lion documentaries. I sleep and watch lion documentaries every night. For those who sitting here watching, yes, I am a lion whisperer. Study lions. I'm going to Africa to see the lions next year. I study lion prides. I study coalitions.
And that's not a dream.
That's
a goal.
That's a goal.
That ain't no dream. That's a goal.
And I go to sleep because when I sleep to lion documentaries, I sleep in peace. If I sleep to anything else crazy, it might.
He watched Shark Week. I'm gonna watch Shark Week.
I watched Shark Week one night.
Fuck this whole night up.
The dream was crazy. You know what I mean? But when I go to lion documentaries. And you know what's crazy though? It was funny though. So one day, me and my mother, I know you only got an hour left. So one day, me and my mother was talking about a month ago, right? She was at my house. She came here. She came stay with me, whatever like that. So I put on lion documentaries, right? Because I was going upstairs, going to sleep. She was like, "You watch lion documentaries?" I was like, "Nah." And I talked to my mother on the regular.
Yeah.
She was like, "I watch lion documentaries every night."
Really?
I was like, "Are you serious?"
Oh, every
She was
night.
like, "Yeah." She clicked on YouTube. Her same thing. She was like, I've been watching lion documentaries for 2-3 years now, every night.
And y'all never talked about it.
We never talked about lions. I mean, we got fish tanks. I got fish tanks. I got fish.
Yeah.
So we talk about stuff like that outside of the regular.
Right.
But yeah, my mother watched lion documentaries every night too.
Crazy.
And I remember one night, they didn't really believe I watched lion documentaries every night. So one night,
who's that? Like,
we was at work.
Yeah.
So one night, I guess Sal came to the room and she had to come tell me something, whatever like that. And she said the next morning, she was like, "Yo, I stood over you when you were asleep. Yo, you really watched lion documentaries every night. That shit was just playing. You was asleep." I was like, "You know what? I just talk to him in the morning."
Right.
Yes. Do I watch lion documentaries every night?
Yo. Every night.
Same way he watch airplanes.
I watch my airplane.
But that is so dope.
Remember when you was yeah.
Yeah, we still.
Remember that night you said you came to come see me in the room? You had to tell me something. I was watching Lion documentary. Lion documentary. I put her on a Lion documentary one time.
But that's hilarious how you and your mother
Yeah.
both did the same thing unknowing.
Yeah.
Unknowing.
But yeah, I want my piece at
I
night.
wonder if that talks about like the tribe y'all come from. Maybe
Yeah,
y'all were like
yeah.
lion tamers or something back in the day.
Listen, we do lion. I do lion documentary.
Oh.
That's my piece at night.
My s'more making duty.
Well, you can come on in and just because we're surmising. So if you could just share what you do for self-care.
Oh man, what I do for
What do you do
self-care?
for self-care?
Self-care?
Oh boy, so COVID happened and everything shut down.
Right.
And I would go get facials and stuff like that. So because nothing was open, I bought like a microdermabrasion tool, a pore suction device. I bought the sheet mask. I had vegetable glycerin. I had vitamin E oils and stuff. And I started doing my own facials. I was making facials for my mother, for my daughter. I had everybody walking around with sheet masks, and we were doing the whole skincare routine. So that was my whole, I'm going to learn how to give myself a facial. And it was incredible. I would sit there and I don't do it now, which is surprising, but when I was missing out on it, I started doing it. So
Yeah, that's wonderful.
that part, that was
You have
the,
to teach me about these things.
yeah, because I look, it's bad right now, but I think it's stress. Look.
Yeah. Stress will do that. But
Yeah,
no,
stress will do it.
stress will do it every time.
One more sidebar.
Yes.
I consistently go to the barbershop
Oh yeah,
Me too.
absolutely,
every Friday or
She looked at me
Saturday.
like, word.
absolutely.
And I don't know why.
Okay.
Some,
Nah, I know.
some days,
He looked at
some
me
days,
like,
I was like, all
I hope
right.
they caught that shit you just did. You see his sidebar face when I said me too? You ain't catch it. I hope they caught that though.
Like for what? Like for what?
Exactly.
There's no hair there.
It was one of those.
I was like, oh, for conversation. No, okay, got you.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Self-care though.
Right, self-care
He
though.
looked at me like,
it's, like, it's one of my.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you though.
I drive over almost 40. I drive over an hour to go to the barbershop
Wait, what?
every
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh.
you
That's
stick
an
with your
hour one
barber.
way.
But he stick with his barber.
Stick with
One
your barber.
way, but it's not even the barber because I love Greg. That's my dude, my ace boom.
Because Jersey's not as small as you think it is. Like,
Oh, absolutely not.
It's
No, it's not.
just going in there. Just
You
sometimes-
drive power north or south?
I drive
Oh,
north,
north,
yeah. And not only that, it's, I go there and I have an appointment. And he's never on time for my appointment, and I never complain.
Yeah, that happened one time before.
I never
What was
complain.
it? It was something.
Oh, we were going somewhere.
What
Where
was
we
it?
going?
It was this damn barber.
Yeah, he had to wait for me to run at the barbershop.
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot where it was.
Barber
Now that
shop.
he said that, I'll catch it later. But I remember.
Yeah, no,
It was,
but
was it the Alicia Keys concert we went to?
no, I was early for that.
No, we were on time.
Oh,
I can't believe we made it on
We was
time.
going.
It was incredible.
It was somewhere else. We was going.
Oh, this is my shirt
So
too.
remember we went to sing.
Right, and you got
Hey, what
That make me want to go.
I buy a shirt at
I
every
keep
concert.
on falling.
And then
Whenever I go to a concert, I get a concert shirt. Yeah, this is a shirt.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
but
it would've
that's-
went better.
That's
nah, it was great.
That
it was
is-
great. It was great.
Your
It was
self-care.
great.
myself, and I get up and I just feel like a new person. And like, okay, I got all that bad shit off of me.
Right.
Let's start over.
Right. Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah.
New week.
Yeah.
Every Friday I get a new week.
I like
Yeah.
that.
It's a fresh start.
A fresh start.
I love
Fresh
that.
start.
Sometimes I even look at it, I was like, you can say nothing about my haircut. Even though it's the same haircut I
It
got
doesn't
last
matter. It
week.
doesn't
Right.
matter. It's still
No,
fresh.
you're not gonna say
haircut.
nothing about my
I'm fresh
haircut.
as a queen.
She's like, oh, yeah, your haircut looks good. I was like, yeah, whatever.
As long as you feel good.
Yeah, I was like, you ain't saying nothing. And some days she'd be like, oh, you got a haircut. I was like, good, it's the same haircut every week. You don't say nothing the other week.
Damn, it's
See-
like
see how it goes?
that.
You see how it goes?
I got
You see how it goes?
I can tell you one thing.
It made it
I
happen.
tell you one thing. When I went to a Baldy, that was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yo, me too.
That
But that's a
barbershop
whole
stuff
nother
shit,
thing.
yo, I cannot do.
We're gonna
Yo.
wrap this up with-
We are definitely going to wrap this up. So,
Alright.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Danny.
thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, those that have tuned in for Dreaming Big for Danny After Dark. It will be every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. So you can tune in here, you can tune in now, you can tune in everywhere. But it's gonna be here at YouTube. So
We
thank
outside.
you so much for joining. Literally.
Literally.
We
Yo,
outside.
yo, happy Labor Day. Yo, happy Labor Day to
Happy
all those.
Labor
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Home safe, y'all.
Danny!
yo, get home safe. Yo, get home safe. She made friends. Yo, if this don't go on the internet, I'm not doing this no more.